Part 1. The Lost Origins of Civilization. Who were the first civilizations to set foot on our planet? History, as we know it, has been written by the victors, those who held power and influence across centuries. Yet at some point in time, primitive hunter-gatherers inexplicably transformed into intelligent civilizations that built monuments, devised calendars, and inscribed their knowledge onto ancient texts. This evolution shaped our present, making us the descendants of beings with remarkable intelligence. But what if the conventional narrative isn't the full truth? Ancient myths speak of gods, angels, giants, and catastrophic events not as mere metaphors, but possibly as historical records misinterpreted over time. What if advanced knowledge was handed down to humanity by forces beyond our comprehension? When we examine overlooked details, an alternative history of the human race begins to surface. One that challenges everything we've been taught, a version of history that has been ignored, censored, or intentionally buried. One of the most compelling discoveries that hint at this hidden past occurred in 1946, near Qumran, in what is now the West Bank. A group of shepherd boys, throwing stones to pass time, unknowingly stumbled upon an ancient treasure, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Inside large clay pots were nearly 900 manuscripts, including a mysterious text long forgotten. The Book of Enoch, Part 2, The Watchers, the Nephilim and the Forbidden Knowledge. The Book of Enoch consists of 5 sections: the Book of Watchers, the Book of Parables, the Astronomical Book, the Book of Dream Visions, and the Epistle of Enoch. It tells the story of Enoch, the 7th patriarch from the Book of Genesis, father of Methuselah and grandfather of Noah. However, the account in this text presents a drastically different version of events leading up to the Great Flood. According to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers, described in biblical terms as fallen angels, descended to earth at Mount Hermon, a site revered in multiple ancient religions. Initially, they were meant to observe humanity, but over time, they broke their divine directive, interacting with human women and creating hybrid offspring known as the Nephilim. These beings were described as giants, powerful, destructive, and feared by mankind. The Watchers also passed forbidden knowledge to humans: astronomy, metallurgy, weapon making, and even sorcery. This angered higher celestial beings, often described as gods, who saw this as a corruption of humanity's natural evolution. As punishment, the Watchers were cast into an underground prison, while their offspring, the Nephilim, were ultimately wiped out by a massive flood. Interestingly, the concept of a great deluge isn't exclusive to the Bible. Nearly every ancient civilization, from Sumerians and Babylonians to indigenous cultures worldwide, has recorded a catastrophic flood. If this event was real, could the Nephilim and Watchers have also existed? Part 3. Censored Texts and the Hidden History of Humanity. Despite its historical significance, the Book of Enoch was excluded from the Bible. In the early centuries after Christ, as the Christian Church gained influence, it selectively determined which texts would be part of the official canon. The same fate befell other texts like the Gospel of Peter, which spoke of giant angels and a resurrected Jesus emerging from his tomb, and the Gospel of Mary, which suggested that Mary Magdalene was not only a disciple but possibly Jesus' wife. Why were these books omitted? Was it simply theological politics, or was there a deeper agenda? Some argue that including the Book of Enoch would have revealed unsettling truths about humanity's past. Truths that contradict the carefully constructed narrative of history, yet the Book of Enoch never truly vanished. Many ancient cultures retained knowledge of Enoch, associating him with figures like Hermes, Thoth, and Idris, beings credited with bringing knowledge to mankind. Some sources even claim Enoch played a role in constructing the Great Pyramid, further blurring the lines between myth and history. The Sumerians, the oldest recorded civilization, tell a similar story, but instead of watchers, they speak of the Anunnaki, meaning those who came from the heavens. These beings, much like the Watchers, were said to have descended to Earth, interacted with humans, and played a crucial role in shaping civilization. Could these be different cultural perspectives of the same event? Part 4. Rewriting. Human origins, a cosmic perspective. If we step back and re-examine history not as a collection of myths, but as remnants of a forgotten truth, a new perspective emerges. The ancient world is filled with stories of gods intermingling with humans, bestowing knowledge and shaping civilization. The agrarian revolution, which saw humanity shift from hunter-gatherers to farmers, occurred suddenly around 10,000 BC. Or could this leap forward in intelligence and social organization have been guided by external forces? Even ancient religious texts, when read through this lens, seem to encode deeper meanings. The story of Adam and Eve, for instance, could symbolize the arrival of advanced knowledge from divine beings. The tree of knowledge, the forbidden fruit, and the serpent. Could these be allegories for an awakening of consciousness? A moment when early humans were gifted or cursed with wisdom beyond their original capacity. Perhaps the Book of Enoch, the Sumerian myths, and other ancient texts are not separate stories, but fragmented pieces of a much larger truth, one that suggests humanity's origins are far more complex than we assume. If knowledge is power, then the suppression of knowledge is control. What if the history we've been told is only a sanitized version of reality? Perhaps, hidden within ancient texts and myths, the real story of human origins has been waiting to be rediscovered. The question is, are we ready to see it? Until we meet again.